stewards of the environment.
You have questions, we have answers. Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good Tuesday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. Shawn Wilson here with the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Here's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Had a great visit with those folks yesterday. And hopefully several people that were listening helped out. If not, maybe they will. That's my prayer. 225-5821. You can find out more. You can call in an order. Like Cody said yesterday, feed the office. 225-5821. They'll have it ready for you. Dining room hours are open Monday through Friday, 11 to 1. Regular meals are $8. Senior citizens, $7. That includes everything. Everyone is welcome. It's not just for old folks. I'm just telling you. It's good food at a wonderful price and a great organization. So here's what's on the menu on this 18th day of November. Beef tips, mashed potatoes, sweet peas, roll, and cherry fluff. Today is Door Prize Tuesday. Door Prize Tuesday. Beef tips, mashed potatoes, sweet peas, roll, and cherry fluff. That's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Tell them you heard about it right here. Carnegie Caravan, bringing the library right to you. Free books delivered to you. Friends of the Carnegie Library. If you're having trouble reading regular print, you can ask them about a free program that can help. Here's the phone number, 225-0136, 225-0136. Friends of the Carnegie Library, firing up that Carnegie Caravan, bringing free books delivered to you here in Elk City. And nominate a hero. This is what we're doing this year for Christmas. We're going to recognize those that give above and beyond. Want nothing in return. You know who these people are. Nominate a hero. Okay, they're going to get a $250 value from one of our sponsors. And, Elk City Lube and Wash came on yesterday. So, again, nominate a hero. Tell us their story. Go to KECOFM.com. You'll find nominate a Christmas hero, a Santa's helper hero. Click on that, fill out a very short form, and they'll be nominated for a chance to win $250. So this year, nominate a hero. Looking for Santa's Christmas heroes. KECOFM.com. Okay, we got David Holt going to be with us this next segment, president of the Energy Producers Alliance. Smart guy. Really looking forward to his visit as well. Okay, here's what we got going on as far as energy stock prices to start the day. West Texas Intermediate staying above $60 right now, up 14 cents to $60.05 on a December contract out of New York City. Brent crude oil in the ICE Futures Exchange up 11 cents, trading at $64.31. That's a January contract out of London. Tocom crude oil in Japan down 60 yen per kiloliter in a November contract out of Tokyo. And New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 4 cents, trading at $4.32 per million BTU. That's also a December contract out of New York. RBOB gasoline down 72 cents, trading at $198.29. Heating oil up $7.62 to $262.32. And then gas oil up $33 to $776.75 per metric ton. Those are all December contracts there on the refined products. Well, I'd mentioned this story a while back, but the FBI indicts 5 in New Mexico oil theft scheme. Federal grand jury in El Paso, Texas, has indicted 5 men accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars in crude oil from a storage yard in Carlsbad, New Mexico. The defendants, Maxwell Sterling Jensen, Thomas Rees, Christopher Ortega, Christian Contreras Varela, and German Ortiz Santillano. They face charges of conspiracy, interstate transportation of stolen property, and aiding and abetting in connection with a months-long oil theft operation. According to the FBI investigation, the thieves the thefts occurred between March 12th and August 22nd of 2025. Involved crude oil stolen from production sites across the Permian Basin in southeastern New Mexico. Investigators allege the men transported and resold the stolen oil from a yard in Carlsbad, disguising the transactions as legitimate business operations. Federal authorities estimate the stolen oil was valued in the tens of thousands of dollars, with proceeds distributed among the accused. Informant helped lead agents to the suspects, and FBI launched the investigation after receiving a tip from a confidential informant. Agents later planted a tracking device on a tanker truck used by the suspects, allowing them to monitor the theft and delivery routes between March and August. The tracking data confirmed multiple trips between New Mexico oil fields and the Carlsbad yard, where oil was allegedly resold to unsuspecting buyers. So the 5 defendants now face prosecution in the U.S. District Court in El Paso, where they'll answer to felony charges that could carry substantial prison sentences if convicted. Federal prosecutors have not yet announced whether additional indictments are expected, but investigators said the case highlights a growing problem of oil theft across the Permian Basin, where remote locations and high oil volumes create opportunities for organized theft operations. So somebody tipped them off, and it's probably somebody that wasn't getting in on the cabbage. But anyway, good. I'm like this, man. Get a real job. That's what I do. That's what everybody should do. You shouldn't just steal from those who have because you have not. Go out there and get you some of your own. That's my thought. But anyhow, these 5 are going to answer for it. Good. That's the way it should be. Oilfield theft has been going on for many, many years. Okay, we've talked a lot about, these AI data centers and some of the surrounding states and what they're doing. Well, Missouri passes new rules governing costs for data centers. Missouri has become the latest state in the central U.S. to adopt new regulatory measures designed to control the rapid expansion of these data centers while preventing ratepayers from absorbing the high cost of supplying their massive power needs. The Missouri Public Service Commission voted to approve a large load tariff submitted by Evergy, the utility serving both Missouri and Kansas. The tariff is intended to ensure that high-capacity users, such as hyperscale data centers, pay a fair and predictable share of costs associated with grid expansion and increased demand. Now, there were split views within the commission. While Kansas regulators reached a unanimous agreement on the same large load tariff earlier this year, 2 groups in Missouri did not join the settlement: Missouri Public Service Commission staff and the Missouri Office of Public Counsel, which represents residential and small business consumers. Both groups expressed concerns about rate design complexity and potential cost impacts for existing customers, arguing that additional provisions were needed to better protect the smaller customers. So these complexities could deter investment, okay? So the PCS chair, Kayla Hahn, said she believed the alternative proposal offered by staff would have created excessive complexity, potentially discouraging major energy users from locating in Missouri. And I quote, "Staff's proposal requires upwards of 25 different changes that a large user could be subject to paying," Hahn said. The evidence showed as the vast amount of charges and uncertainty make it unclear if a large user would be paying too much, too little, or more likely would forego locating in Missouri altogether, as even a sophisticated user would be unable to predict what is the ultimate bill, and their responsibility would be in that bill. I don't know. Whenever I ran across this story, the thing earlier, and it says pay a fair and predictable share of costs associated with grid expansion and increased demand. I understand these states don't want to turn around and try to make it so complex that these businesses don't want to come do business in their state. However, I still think that if a large load company is going to require a lot of electricity, they should have to brunt the bill. They should have to pay for that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's good for the economy in local areas to have steady jobs at these data centers and everything. But should we have to be the one that, pays for that data center's electricity? Not in my opinion. Hey, who knows? I could be wrong. Stick around. We're going to have David Holt in the next segment. We'll really smarten up this show a bunch. Consumers Energy Alliance President David Holt right after this on the Monday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show.
The Exploring Energy Show. Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
You know, saying the world is coming to an end is it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist.
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Hi folks, this is EJ Grediman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ascoeq.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Help us celebrate Black Friday all month long at Windy Nissan with great deals on new and used vehicles with nearly 200 to choose from, interest rates as low as 0%, payments as far out as 90 days, payments as low as $199 a month on select used vehicles. We truly have a little bit of something for everybody. We've got brand new Frontiers with 6-inch lift kits, leveling kits, off-road wheels and tires, cold air intakes, exhaust. We have used cars as low as $69.99, gas mileage as much as 40 miles per gallon on brand new Nissan Versa. Rebates as high as $5,000 plus discount off new Murano and new Nissan Pathfinder. It's Black Friday all month long right here at Windy Nissan in Elk City, Oklahoma, your hometown dealer. Windy Nissan is now offering Sunbit financing in our service department for service tickets as low as $400 or up to $10,000. Interest rates starting as low as 0% and finance terms as long as 72 months at Windy Nissan, your hometown dealer. Black Friday all month long.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out and see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. The price savings it's huge for them.
Find the all-new Ariat FR jeans, pullover shirts, and button-ups at Circle A Western and Outdoor in Elk City, your FRC headquarters.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Thanks for sticking around. Again, it is the Exploring Energy Radio Show, and I'm glad you're making us a part of their day. DCP Services, a diversified oil field company offering the right services with the right people on the job. They've got a wireline division with both braided and slick line capabilities. They've got a roustabout division or lease operators division, and their pump repair shop in Cordell continues to rebuild those pumps to like new. You can find out more about DCP Services on the Book of Faces, or you can call Jeff Davis directly, 580-660-0501, 580-660-0501. An American Hose and Supply. For you to keep making money, your equipment, your machinery has to keep running. That's just the fact of life. Well, American Hose and Supply, they'll help you do that. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. High pressure, low pressure, suction, discharge, that makes no difference. and they can put the ends on it. They custom build them right there for you if you need. 303-1123. 303-1123, the phone number. Right there inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse. Go to those who know hose. And, of course, speaking of Fred's Steakhouse, they're your destination for fresh USDA graded beef ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. And they're home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak. That's right, $4.99. Chicken fried steak served daily, has hand-battered gravy, country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes, those freshly baked rolls, lightly buttered, or you can slather some of that good old cinnamon sugar butter on them. All good. 7 kinds of chicken, seafood, freshwater catfish. They have appetizers sure to please everyone. Cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts at Fred's, and they have a full-service bar. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event, located at 2107 South Main Street, exit 38 off I-40. Can't miss it. 243-2100. Call them 243-2100. You can order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. I promise this guy right here, next time he comes to Elk City, I'm going to give him one. I'm going to take him out and have him one of those $4.99 chicken fried steaks. David Holt, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Shawn. How are you?
Man, I am blessed beyond measure, brother. I tell you, I'm
holding you to that chicken fried steak, man. It
Hey.
seems like you do that advertisement before I come on every single time, man. It makes me hungry.
It does.
Great.
And once you see it, you're like, for $5, or under $5, actually. But anyway, I promise you, you come out to this part of the world, and I will get you one of those, man. We'll sit down and have a good visit. Speaking of visit, you know, the Consumers Energy Alliance. I don't want to discount what it is you guys do, because you're looking out for the consumer. And David, tell us a little bit. There may be some new listeners that are unfamiliar with your organization. Tell us why you do it and who you do it for.
Yeah. It's, we're a 20-year-old consumer advocate. We've got operations all over the country. We do advocacy campaigns and educate elected officials, dog catcher on up to governor, work with our members who really represent the entire U.S. economy. It's transportation, distribution, farmers, the petrochemical sector, the oil and natural gas sector, labor, on and on and on. So literally every sector of the U.S. economy is represented by the CEA because, energy impacts the whole economy. Mm-hmm. So we really speak for families and small businesses all over the country who worry about how much they're paying for energy, worry about energy reliability, making sure that regulations are sensible, that don't unnecessarily increase the price of energy or make energy scarce, increase the likelihood of brownouts and blackouts, which we're really watching for right now. So we go up against a lot of those groups that oppose pipelines, oppose transmission lines, oppose natural gas, offshore oil and gas, all the rest, and make sure that elected officials understand that their policies matter and consumers are paying attention.
I was scrolling through your website earlier, and it's so simple. It's like, we need keep our lights on. We need our natural gas on. We need to keep moving. We need to keep support. We need to keep cool. We need to keep warm. We need groceries. I mean, we need to get places. So, I mean, energy affects every one of us daily, almost every minute of our day. And
literally every minute. I mean, just think about the clothes you're wearing right now. Every single thing you're wearing, you got blue jeans on, if you got tennis shoes on, if you got rubber on any shoes you're wearing, you've got buttons on your shirt, if you're wearing glasses, all that is made with oil or natural gas. You can't get away from it. It is ubiquitous. It's everywhere in the country. It goes into all our packaging. It goes into all our food that we buy at the grocery store. It goes into the diesel fuel, obviously, that transport all the fuel and the packages. Every time you order something from Amazon or get something delivered, all that obviously takes a lot of energy. So it is the lifeblood of the global economy, and it's certainly the lifeblood of the American economy. And over the last couple of years, we saw when inflation was really tough, a lot of that was due to higher energy prices, and those energy prices were high entirely because of really bad energy policy and bad regulations. It's, Shawn, I was thinking on before we started talking, it's the United States is the number one energy user in the world, and sometimes China is in front of us, but right now we're number one. We're also the number one oil and natural gas producer in the world. So as a result of all that, the United States is less subjected to the whims of international issues and events that lead to energy price spikes historically. So, we've because we're so strong in energy now, have more, a bigger buffer, from global events. And really the only thing that increases energy prices or affects energy supply is local, state, or national federal regulations. Mm-hmm. And if we have sensible regulations that make sure that we continue to provide clean energy, but get out of the way enough that we can produce gasoline and diesel at the refinery, we can pull natural gas and oil out of the ground, we can build pipelines, we can build infrastructure, we can build transmission. We really should set ourselves up as a nation to put food on the table and keep the economy going.
This climate alarmism is finally starting to be seen for what it really was, and that was, a Chicken Little effect. The sky is falling, and that kind of thing. But, I mean, you and I both know, David, the people in this industry, they care about the environment. They care about the air. They care about the water. They care about the land. We're not going to go out there and destroy that within the oil and gas industry just to make profit. And that's how they've kind of painted the oil and gas industry. And when in the last administration, like you pointed out a moment ago, they shut down federal lands. They quit leasing. They quit providing permits for LNG export facilities and those kind of things. And now the Trump administration, the current administration, they've opened up ANWR. They've opened up, they're leasing out this land. And they're also, like you said, using common sense when not trying to rule through regulations like we've been doing. And it's really making a difference.
Oh, it really is. And listen, the United States produces the cleanest energy in the world for carbon emissions, for nitrogen emissions, sulfur dioxide, volatile organic compounds, you name an emission, and the United States does it better than anybody else in the world. And then you look at, like let's say a state like California, mm-hmm. that's paying $2.20 a gallon more than the national average. They're almost paying $5 a gallon right now for gasoline, and it's expected to go up to almost $8 a gallon after new regulations come into play next year, and they shut down some other refineries. So what they're doing in that state, because it's a unique state, they have their own gasoline blends, they have their own regulations, they're kind of this little island. So they're increasingly relying on imports from Venezuela, from Russia, from elsewhere that don't have the same clean regulation requirements as the United States, certainly not California. So they're just putting it's the ostrich's head in the sand approach, and they're actually making global emissions worse because they want to virtue signal or whatever the hell they're trying to do,
right,
to make their customers and their public pay more for energy, but it doesn't make anything cleaner. It's just so frustrating to watch California, which at one point it was a great state, and it's just cycling down. It's the poster child of literally what not to do. And don't California my Oklahoma, don't California my Texas. The rest of the states just need to look at California and say that's exactly what we do not want to do.
And you are right as rain, man. That's why the reverse grapes of wrath are happening, and all those people moving out of California and coming back here to the Midwest, to Texas and Oklahoma and those towns and these states. But you're exactly right. It's all about public perception. What they say. Don't do what we do what we say to do, and then they turn around and, like you said, they make a bigger carbon footprint by using this product from companies that have no regulations whatsoever. And then then they expect it to be, like, hey, look at us, we're doing all this. But I am just finally glad to start seeing that this the alarmism about the climate change is starting to be seen for what it really is. It's cyclical.
I agree. It's really a fraud, and when you start looking at the implications of these, so-called climate legislation, climate regulations, and the fact that they actually achieve the opposite effect, they just make it more expensive, they make it less reliable, and frankly, from a global perspective, they make it dirtier. So it's been really frustrating, but I agree with you. I think people are starting to wake up, and I think regardless of your political party, more and more elected officials are starting to look at this and say, and really this is up to us, as the voter. We got to make sure, it doesn't matter if you have got a D or an R or an I next to your political affiliation, you just need to make sure that your elected official understands energy policy, understands that you want affordable, reliable, and clean energy, and you're going to vote for that. And lean on these elected officials. I don't care what level they are, local, state, federal, but they're supposed to be listening to us. And if we get frustrated enough and we demand that our elected officials understand energy policy, support logical, sensible energy policy, then it will do a lot of good for this country.
Yeah, either that, and if you don't care about that, move to New York City. That place is going to go to hell in a handbasket, but that's just my opinion. David, can you stick around for another segment?
Sure can. Happy to.
Fantastic, because, this new data center, who should brunt the cost? I want to talk to you about that. We're talking to the president of the Consumers Energy Alliance online, consumerenergyalliance.org, consumerenergyalliance.org. David Holt, the president, will continue our visit with him right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show. Timber Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberoklahoma.com.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online, and step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sideline, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo in the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course they got burgers. Got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Restaurants and feedlots, coffee shops and cafes, grocery stores and convenience stores. The Penny News is there, waiting for you to take it home.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Again, it's a wonderful day here. Beautiful weather, for crying out loud. Just couldn't ask for better, for sure. Let me click a couple buttons here. Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resource is part of the OERB, continuing to keep our industry educated and informed. Today, they've got that maximizing tax savings for oil and gas business owners. Hope you got registered for that yesterday. That's going on this morning at 11 o'clock. Natural Gas Midstream and Marketing 101 is coming up December the 4th. Also an in-person or Zoom meeting that's free. Natural Gas Midstream Marketing 101 will introduce the functions of the oil and gas industry that involve the transportation, storage, and sale of oil and gas products, and much more. So, again, that is December the 4th. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. SOER, SOER.oerb.com. Click at the top where it says producer education, then it'll have a drop down and put workshops, and it'll give you a full list. Again, sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB, keeping our industry informed and educated. Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil is the same specifications, and it lubricates the same as the designer brands, but Camrock's oil costs a lot less. There's a big difference. The only difference is the cost. Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. CamrockSupply.com with locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, Ulysses, Kansas. Again, online, Camrock, C-A-M-Rock, CamrockSupply.com. 3 local guys with local ties doing business with their community. And ASCO Equipment, talk about an outfit that really brought something to western Oklahoma. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent in Oklahoma, ASCO is the source. Their new and pre-owned construction equipment fits your needs and your budget. ASCO is a leading provider for the Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors, proudly serving the Elk City area with construction equipment like the big stuff: tractors, backhoes, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts, compactors, skid steers. It keeps going. When you partner with ASCO, their equipment repair shop ensures quick and efficient heavy equipment repair and construction equipment maintenance. Additionally, their team of employees and a fleet of field service trucks are ready to roll to your job site, assist you with construction equipment. They want to be a partner in your project. They'll work on your equipment no matter where you bought it, when you bought it, what brand it is. ASCO Equipment, family-owned, operated under the core values of honoring God, developing people, pursuing excellence, and growing profitability. Call them at 323-3422. They also have flexible rental rate and even rent-to-own. That's some good stuff. Equipment rentals, E.J. Gredeman. Equipment sales, Bart Shields. Branch manager, Jeremy Bridgman. Tell them we sent you. 323-3422, 513 West 20th Street in Elk City. Okay, come back here to the man, the myth, the legend, David Holt. Again, David, I appreciate you carving time out and being one of our, reoccurring guests on this show because, our people here, they're represented by you and your organization, and they need to hear what's going on. But, we've talked a lot about these AI data centers, and a lot of these states are courting them. I'm seeing a lot of states that are taking some measures to make sure that the large load factor customer, doesn't saddle the, residential customers or the little guys, if you will, with these large utility bills. What is your thought in this process?
Yeah, I think that Shawn, right now is one of the key questions, and you'll see a lot of legislatures in this next session in 2026 take up that issue. And really the issue, let's say you have a $10 billion data center, you got the hyperscaler coming in, they're really excited about building this out, all the economic opportunity for the state. And usually these build outs are in, 3 or 4 stages. And the theory is you get through stage 1, and that's all the data center needs, so they don't do stage 2 and 3, but they've already gone through a rate case, and they've had the rate increase for electricity. But if they don't do stage 2 or 3, then who's paying for that rate increase, right? Is it residential users? Is it industrial users? Is it the large-scale users? And that's just not a fair situation. So I think states are looking at ways to make sure that these data centers bear the cost. They're the energy user. They're the one that's increasing significantly demand for various states around the country. And we certainly don't want the residential user who's already, in a lot of states, electricity prices have gone up a little bit, and folks are kind of starting to look at it. And we want to make sure that rates stay reasonable and low, and that there's not something that, an elected official, legislator, or regulator does that inadvertently increases rates in an unreasonable way, or certainly creates situations where we have brownouts and blackouts. That's the other thing we got to pay attention to. So we're seeing a lot more conversation around that around the country, and it sounds to me like a lot of states are going to take that up and come up with good resolutions that protect the average ratepayer.
Oklahoma was a little proactive in this, and they passed a behind-the-meter legislation, which basically means that these big data centers can come in here and they can build their own electrical generation system, whether it be a gas-fired, natural gas-fired is what they prefer here in Oklahoma, and they'll get even more subsidies if they use natural gas. These small modular nuclear reactors, those are an idea, but there's a lot of people that have, a lot of questions about those, and kind of the old NIMBY, like, oh, that's cool, but not in my backyard. Let's try that somewhere. Hey, maybe in California where, who cares? But anyway, it's a situation to where these large load factor outfits can come in and generate their own electricity. They're even going as far as saying, okay, listen, if you don't use as much electricity as you generate, then you can, the local utility can buy that back from you.
Yeah. Listen, it's a great opportunity across the board if it's done right. Natural gas is, you want the base load, dispatchable, always available power. Natural gas is the ready-made opportunity. We got to make sure that we have the turbines that are ready. We got a little bit of a backlog and some turbine issues, and you need some of the turbine manufacturers to pick up the pace there a little bit. But I'd argue, listen, nuclear is going to have to be part of the mix, and I'd encourage everyone to start researching what small modular reactors or advanced nuclear really is, because there's effectively no waste. Effectively, there can't be an accident. They're small. They're really self-contained. You can scale them up to power $1 million city, a million-person city, or scale them down to do a 250,000-person city, or just scale them to be associated with a data center. So natural gas and nuclear are really going to be the future. Solar is going to have a role. Solar can be deployed pretty quickly, but, it's intermittent power, so it's not quite the same as that always available power that you get from natural gas or nuclear. So a lot of states are entering the nuclear race to build out nuclear to augment natural gas, but, our strong growth of the next 50-plus years is really going to be natural gas. That's going to be the big demand, and then nuclear is going to have a growing role going forward as part of that because it's efficient, it's always available, it's safe. This isn't your grandfather's nuclear energy industry anymore. This is cutting space age stuff. It's very, very cool, and there's a lot of different technologies out there. So those are going to be your choices, and we got to make sure that we're deploying them and that we're meeting these needs. And then there's probably going to be some technological advances around the data centers that figure out better ways to cool them. That become a little more energy efficient. Hear a lot of talk about that as well to improve the efficiency and reduce the heat that's being created by the data centers. And once that happens, I think that helps balance some things out a little bit. But demand's going up, putting upward pressure on prices. It's up to the regulators and the legislators to kind of keep up with that and make sure that we're building out enough infrastructure to supply the needs for everyday Americans and American families and small businesses and make sure that there's nothing that happens at a state level that interferes with power supply that increases the likelihood of brownouts and blackouts. But the Northeast, California, Oregon, Washington State, New York, Massachusetts, those states are all put themselves in kind of precarious situations. And the rest of us need to look at examples of kind of what not to do and try to get ahead of it.
Yeah, I appreciate your opinion in that. And what you said earlier is, we as voters have to exercise our right to vote, but we also need to be informed voters. Do the research. Don't take something for face value. Look at what somebody stands for. Look what their track record is. Ask the tough questions. What are you going to do to help us with energy security and keeping it affordable and those kind of things? So I really appreciate, I know you said that earlier in the first segment about, we do that through the power of our vote. And I've often said, your vote can make a difference. And I promise you, your non-vote will make a difference, and so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll say this, Shawn, it's, there's a lot of groups out there that just go to local communities and spread misinformation, disinformation, scare folks into saying, hey, I don't want a pipeline here. I don't want an expanded terminal there. I don't want nuclear. I don't want natural gas. And it's also up to industry and groups like Consumer Energy Alliance to make sure that we're educating local communities because I think from a state perspective, if you look at nuclear, you look at natural gas, they all poll very well, but then you start getting into the NIMBYs, this situation like you said, and local communities when you say, okay, we're going to build it here, there's concern. And there's not enough time spent in local communities, I think, just educating voters on the opportunities and the benefits and the job creation and the technological innovation and all the other things, tax benefits, all the other things that go with it. And I think we'll see more of that. And that's certainly something Consumer Energy Alliance is focused on over the next couple of years to make sure that voters in local communities really understand the benefits to build out and to these build-outs and expanded opportunities for energy.
And if people want to know more or want to be a part of the Consumer Energy Alliance team, what's the very best way, David?
Best way, consumerenergyalliance.org, consumerenergyalliance.org. And all our social media is right there at the top of the page, and you can find me there as well. And David Holt on LinkedIn is always a good way to follow some of the stuff I'm doing, and I'm real active on LinkedIn as kind of my social media of choice. But it's all there, and join the movement, man, because the more voices, the better.
I agree. David, thanks again for carving time out to visit with us and our guests. I look forward to our visit next. I won't have a chance to tell you, but happy Thanksgiving. And like I said, when you get back this way, give me a holler, and we'll go have one of those $4.99 chicken fried steaks.
Done. We're getting into that holiday season, so I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and I look forward to talking to you in a couple weeks.
Fantastic. David Holt, thank you so much. Have a blessed day, my brother.
Thanks, Shawn. You too, man.
We're going to be back with our mop-up segment right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
We have Fraser fir, notes of cedarwood and sandalwood combined, and it just smells like you're in the mountains, and it's just amazing. Multi-surface cleaner, we have room spray, dish soap, laundry soap, hand cream. We have Christmas pillows out the wazoo. So if you need a Christmas pillow, come see us. We for sure have something for you. Candles are always a top seller at Christmas time. They're just that quick and easy little gift that everyone loves, and you cannot go wrong with them. We have several different type of food items in the store right now. We have Finch and Fennel. We also have our jalapeno pepper jellies, and then our sourdough bread, geometry towels. If you have not got a geometry towel yet, you are missing out. The fiber that they have in them, it's just amazing. It's a great quality towel that you will switch out every kitchen towel you have once you get one of these. Any gift you buy, whether it is small or you have 4 bag loads, we offer free gift wrapping. Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts, now located at 1503 West 3rd Street in Elk City.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, we've got some in stock. We just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet, sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living. Catch me, Paragon News Director Jared Atha, with the latest local news at 5 p.m. every Monday through Friday. Presented by Mickey Lively, your Farm Bureau agent in Greer County.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by David Allen Guest, a certified mineral and royalties manager. David Allen Guest, CMM, certified mineral manager. He's a guy you can trust. A guy, I guarantee it, he is smart. You'll learn something from this fella. And he's been managing royalties and minerals for himself and others for nearly 40 years, closer to 50 now. Sorry, David. Managing royalty and mineral rights is complicated. It's always changing. He can navigate through every aspect of it. And he'll get you the most out of your royalties. That means he is an investment, not an expense. David's truly a man of integrity, plus the time you get back that you would have to use out of your day to manage royalties and minerals. Even though you don't know how to do it, it makes it even tougher. This guy can help you out. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, you do not want somebody who's going to take advantage of you. David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. He will give you a fair deal. David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. Call him today, 405-341-8698, 405-341-8698, or look him up on the interweb. And this hour's weather forecast brought to you as a service of Carter Electric. Everyone knows that distinct smell when something electrical gets too hot. Do not ignore it. Electrical fires happen, especially in older houses and buildings that were built before the modern technology age. Carter Electric has infrared scanners and a level 1 certified technician that can detect those hot spots before they short out and catch fire. Commercial and residential uses alone can save thousands and save lives. Fully licensed and insured, Carter Electric has the equipment, personnel, and experience to handle any electrical job 24 hours a day. And they're an authorized Generac generator dealer. Licensed, insured, trusted. Carter Electric, owned and operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain. 217 West 12th Street in Elk City, 225-2447. Call them at 225-2447. And this is your hour's weather forecast. This service Carter Electric. Tell me, we've got some rain chances coming.
We do have a little bit of a chance.
Hey, I'll take it.
Not today, though.
Oh, okay.
Today we're mostly sunny with a high near 74, northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming northeast in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 46, east wind 3 to 5 miles per hour. Wednesday, we have a 20% chance of showers in the afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 73, east wind 5 to 8 miles per hour, becoming south in the morning. Wednesday night, a chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible after 3 a.m., cloudy with a low around 55, south-southwest wind around 7 miles per hour. Thursday, showers likely and possible at thunderstorm before noon, then showers between noon and 3 p.m., then showers possibly a storm after 3 p.m. High near 66, south wind 6 to 10 miles per hour. We've got a 90% chance of rain that day, so
90.
There's your chance. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 62. Saturday, sunny with a high near 63. Sunday, a 20% chance of showers, mostly sunny with a high near 63. And Monday, a 40% chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 64.
Whew. Well done with your new little pink microphone sock there. It's bedazzled, by the way, for those that aren't watching on Facebook Live. Here's the energy news in my briefs. Firefighters in southeastern Texas battled a massive blaze Sunday at a decommissioned power plant in Texas City, Galveston County, sending in large plumes of smoke into the air. The fire broke out around 2:30 a.m., drawing 50 to 60 firefighters from multiple departments who worked throughout the day to contain it. Local officials urged residents to avoid the smoke and remain indoors until air conditions improved. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, but no major injuries were reported as of Sunday evening. A new analysis found that 76% of U.S. solar projects and 86% of wind projects expected to begin operation by 2028 will qualify for federal tax credits by starting construction before July 4th of next year. The finding underscores how clean energy developers are accelerating schedules to meet eligibility deadlines under the Inflation Reduction Act, positioning renewable projects for a strong build-out through the next decade. The Trump administration has rescinded Biden-era restrictions on oil and gas drilling in the National Petroleum Reserve, Alaska, reopening vast tracts of federal land for exploration. The move allows ConocoPhillips to expand operations beyond its Willow project, sparking backlash from environmental and indigenous groups concerned about wildlife habitat disruption and climate impacts. Nobody's clubbing baby seals. The caribou, they'll still migrate. Documents released this week show that Texas regulatory reforms enacted after a 100-foot-high oil well geyser explosion would not have prevented the incident. The event, which sent crude oil and debris into the air for hours, has renewed scrutiny of state oversight and enforcement procedures governing well control, safety inspections, and operator accountability. 100-foot-high oil well geyser explosion, a blowout, if you will. The Tennessee Valley Authority announced this in its middle of its historic gas build, with 2.8 gigawatts of new natural gas generation currently under construction. Federal utility also plans to add up to 1.5 gigawatts of battery storage and 4 small modular reactors in the coming years as part of a long-term energy diversification strategy. Governor Kathy Hochul agreed to delay the enforcement of New York's all-electric construction law pending the outcome of a court challenge. The law would prohibit gas-powered heating and cooking systems. Natural gas-powered heating and cooking systems would be prohibited in new residential and commercial buildings beginning in 2025 this year, but developers argued it violates state preemption laws and could increase housing costs. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky vowed to overhaul state-owned energy companies, allowing a $100 million corruption scandal that has rocked the country's energy sector. Hunter been over there lately? I don't know. Investigators say the embezzlement involved senior officials and contractors during wartime operations, further complicating efforts to stabilize Ukraine's energy grid amid Russian attacks. That's where your money's been going to, folks. Anyway, you got some energy stock prices of local interest.
I do. American Electric Power is up 42 cents, trading at 124.14. Apache is down 27 cents at 24.11. Baker Hughes is up 50 cents at 48.38. ConocoPhillips is down 16 cents at 88.64. Devon Energy is down 14 cents at 34.93. EOG Resources is down $1.05 at 108.43. Expand Energy is down $1.74 at 115.24. General Electric is down $2.51 at 297.66. Halliburton is down 2 cents at 26.59. Helmerich & Payne is down 80 cents at 26.60. Liberty Energy is down 19 cents at 15.90. Occidental Petroleum is down 17 cents at 41.52. OG&E Energy is up 21 cents at 44.81. One Oak is down 17 cents at 68.67. Phillips 66 is up 119 at 137.84. Genridge Energy is down 6 cents at 14.21. Schlumberger is up 2.5 cents at 35.81. And Williams Companies is down 26 cents at 59.62.
surprise for your best girl. That's what country sounds like. Thanks for making us number one. 96.5 KECO.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. The Department of Justice could be forced to make public files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The House expected to vote today. If it passes, it goes to the Senate, where its future is uncertain. President Trump says he would sign the legislation. The mayor of Raleigh, North Carolina, Janet Cowell,